Hi, I'm Streaky, and this is the Lavry Gold. I'm Streaky, I'm a mastering engineer from London. I've been mastering for the past 25 years for super high end and super low end and everyone in between. And I'm on YouTube every day talking about pro audio equipment, hi-fi stuff, how to get your room sounding better, mixing and mastering, pro audio equipment reviews, and anything else in between. Anything to do with sound, I'm your man. So if you like that kind of thing, please subscribe on the link below. So today I'm reviewing the Lavry Gold A to D. Now look at that little beauty. How nice is that to have in your studio? So the colour itself, why aren't more people making gold kit? I mean, it's just mega. It's the only bit of gold kit I think I've ever had. And it's shiny gold. It's not just a matte finish. It's really nice. As you can see, it's gleaming. Now, Lavry are really well respected in the converter world. They've been making converters for years and years, 20 odd years, and they make the blue, they make the little smaller DA 10s and 11s, and this is their kind of showpiece, top of the range, top notch A to D. They do a D to A as well of this, which I haven't listened to, but I really would like to, Lavry, if there's a possibility. Now, they sent me this over to check out. I've had it in here for a while. I didn't have it plugged up for a bit, which was killing me because, you know, it's supposed to sound amazing. So it was sitting next to my desk, and because I just had to get on with doing some work basically, and I didn't have time to plug it in and listen to it and make sure it was okay. But I did that about a few weeks ago, and I've had it running ever since, and I've been enjoying it. It's sounding really nice. So Lavry are big on the fact of going to 96k when it comes to sample rate. There is a document, I will link it below, where Lavry discuss why and the reasons why 96 is good, and anything over that is just a complete waste of your life. So I never ever go over 96k. I always find that, yeah, it's as good as it's going to get at 96, 24 really, if that's what you want to push. So their stuff only goes up to 96k. So the Lavry, it's not on the cheap side, but this is super high end we're talking here. This is the bee's knees of conversion. And this retails for about $10,000, about £8,000. So yeah, it's a proper piece of equipment, this. You've got your normal analog inputs here, left and right on XLRs. You've got an AES output and a word clock sync on the back there too. That's input. And you also have some word clock inputs and outputs here, which is great because Lavry are known that they've got their crystal clocks are top notch. So having this as its own clock running out is really handy, just so that this is running your system. As you can see on the front, it's got a massive amount of LEDs, which is brilliant and looks really cool. I'll cut in a pic of them going. They're really helpful to have, so you can really monitor really easily down to the, you know, each dB of how much you're pushing into the A to D. It has a little max light here, and then it's got the different lock lights and external clocking, so you can see all that kind of stuff. And then there's a menu here for you to go through and select all the various things that it does. It's quite basic, to be fair. It's just you're going in and coming out digitally. But there is a soft saturation limiter in here. So this is what this is all about, really, because with an A to D, it's a way of you gain stage through all your equipment as an engineer to get the level to be loud. And part of that gain staging can be by pushing into your A to D. So instead of using some level on limiters at the end in the box, you can get a little bit of more level coming out of your A to D. So you'd use the soft saturation in here just to kind of clip off, rather than it just coming straight out, and you might get some distortion and things like that just from it, you know, nailing across without any soft clipping. This is basically, the saturation is just pulling that back slightly and just rounding it off nicely. And that sounds really nice on this. A lot of converters have that. Prism have something called overkillers. I don't actually use them ever. I don't like them. I think that they hold the sound back too much on the Prism, so I've never used those. I don't tend to push my Prism too hard. I just don't like the way it sounds when I go to the overs on the Prism. I never have, even on the Prism Dreams that they do, which is basically the comparison of this. So I've never done it on the Prisms. I did used to do it a lot on my Apogees that I had. I had an Apogee Rosetta, which was great. I really liked the sound of that. It was a little bit edgier sound than the Prisms, but it meant that I could really push into that. And I didn't even use the limiter on there. It just I liked the sound of the crunch as it came through. I mean, when I say crunch, it's like minimal, but it's just that kind of, it just had a feel to it when you did that. And it allowed you to push into it a lot. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of ADs. Some allow you to push in and some don't. So it's a real kind of suck it and see which ones do allow it and which don't. This one allows it in spades, may I say. So really pushing hard into this with the soft saturation on, the soft saturation works really nicely. It's not really sucking down like the overkillers on the Prism do. It's a lot softer, and it's got a feel and a sound to it. So I think the best thing I can do is stop talking about the sound, and I'll play some tracks through it. I'll play those through with the levels just tickling the end stop, so it's just kind of be going -1, and then I'll do one where it's showing you how it sounds with the soft saturation on. So then I'll push it, say 2 dB over what we're doing at the end stop, if you like. So we're getting 2 dBs of gain saturation. So yeah, on we go with how it sounds. Don't forget to like this. Before I go and give you the sounds, go to streaky.com and sign up to my newsletter. It's only once a month. I can then send you out stuff that I can't send you on YouTube, give you some discounts and giveaways and things that only happen to newsletter readers, and point you to websites I'm looking at and stuff I'm into. And also, if you wanted to learn how to master, I've got a course on my website too, so go there, sign up at streaky.com. So on with the audio samples. This is the Lavry AD122 96 MX.